and welcome to a new episode of Business Appointment. Today, we are going to talk about the situation of the trade exhibition sector in Italy by focusing on the international trade exhibitions that will take place at Fiera Milano on the upcoming autumn 2020. Today, we are joined by Emanuele Guido, Exhibitions Director of Lifestyle at Fiera Milano. Good morning, Emanuele. Home Outdoor and Home and More are scheduled from the 19th up to the 22nd of September 2020 at Fiera Milano. We are talking about the only appointment in the sector in 2020, which is the right occasion to start again and meet the operators of the sector. This is an important setting to enhance the company's framework committed to anticipate trends and promote the Made in Italy in the world. Which are the strategies you are working on to boost the trade sector?
I think the key points in our vision is still very focused on the needs of visitors and exhibitors, because at the end the exhibition is just a tool in the hands of the industry to develop the business relation and the business contacts. So I think starting from their needs, the point of situation we see is that the exhibitions still remain a very efficient, successful tool that can let the people make and satisfy their needs in a very successful and fast way. The problem is more related to, what these last weeks and months experience leave to the confidence of the people to move and to stay together. I think at the end, the new situation is completely changed our behavior in the lockdown phase. Once the lockdown is finished, I think we need to come back to a new normality. We know there is this pandemic situation, and so we need to manage it in our daily life. But as we do in our daily life, in our business daily life, we do also during the exhibitions. What we learn is more related to how important is the exhibition for the exhibitors and for the retailers. In our shows, I'm focused for Fiera Milano. In all the shows goes to the retail, with the consumer goods. The experience we have is that for retailers and exhibitors, the exhibitions still remain a key point of selection, of scouting new products, of understanding the level of the innovation is coming up for the industry, and to be ensure and very focused on the quality of your suppliers. And so once you meet the suppliers in the exhibition, you can see how is contemporary the level of the suppliers and how you can trust them for the future relation and business relations. So I think the topics that we are long discussing in our industry, comparing the digital and the physical experience, I think the best way we can manage is to see the needs you can satisfy with a physical experience and a digital experience. And both are not exactly the same needs. They are quite different, and I think the digital can create the opportunity to go deeper in a separate moments, to meet people for meetings, to share contents, but at the end, to make business, we still remain to be human and meet people and discuss business in this way. From the other perspective, this for very strong orientation to speak about the contents in the digital world move a lot of the attention of the target of the communication of companies and retailers, focusing less on the products and more on the stories. So I can say that the storytelling is coming up as the key point of discussion, the key point of the new communication ways used from the B2B companies, exhibitors and visitors. So as an exhibition, we think that this storytelling we need to preserve, we need to ally it, we need to make it very, very open to all the industry, also through our media channels.
I would like with you now to chat for a moment on the traits of Homey because Homey has so many souls. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, OMI is a very famous and important show located in Milan, and historically serves all the finished product goes from the houseware to the furniture to the fashion and jewels to the gift area. So it comes from a long heritage link to the craftsmanship and the design made in Italy. What happened in the last year, we decided to separate the area and the show link to the interior designing, especially linked to the houseware, tableware, the kitchen, all the extraordinary decoration that you put inside the house, your house, to tell stories about your way to select products, divided by the fashion and jewels, which is a more trendy topic linked to the fashion system that we decide to spin off, separate, and make a strong cooperation with other very important shows in Milan, like Micam and Mipel, one focus on footwear and the other one focus on leather products that make a very strong platform for the fashion accessories market. So I think we completely separate these two souls in OMI, and we started a very good experience in focusing on different also retailing system and giving to the interior design extraordinary exposure in matter of products, especially focusing on made in Italy products, preserving the original made in Italy competence and productivity. This is a very interesting service we do to the retailer, to the consumers, because we still select and find a lot of incredible products around the world that help people to find great and classic tools. Accordingly to this way, what we find very interesting is that you know, in the world is happening. We have some countries that produce consumer goods for the rest of the world, and this is pushing the products to be quite a commodity and very similar everywhere. What we want to work is to preserve the difference of what we have as exhibitors in our shows, preserve the difference of what is the made in Italy in the mind of the people that know them, and also educate the new consumers to recognize what is just a product as a commodity for everybody, comparing to what is a realistic and a real made in Italy or made in product, because as well as in made in Italy, we have very interesting made in France, made in Germany, made in Greece, made in Spain. So every culture has a very important made in technique and made in feature that make their products unique. And this is how we want to work. This is what we think is good to deliver to the market, to the retailers. And I think that is very important for a show organizer to give a chance to the exhibitors and especially to the visitors to know about this, to see what is new and to help them to answer the question that every week they receive from their consumer customers. What's new this week in your point of sales, in your shop? And we think you can find a lot of new things in our shows, and this is how we want to develop our exhibition in the future, in the next future also. All the Middle East countries are very important markets for OMI, both OMI January and OMI Outdoor Home and Dehors, because you know, the incredible selection the consumer does in these countries is always a very important premium for all the made in Italy manufacturers. I think all the buyers from, for example, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Emirates, Lebanon, Jordania, all these countries, Iran, all these countries, you know, the people want to own incredible products, want to own products with an history that has a real you know, competence in production, in use of special materials, in all these incredible you know, heritage that are the made in Italy first, but also all the made in from the traditional manufacturers countries in Europe and around Europe. I think the relation historically and also nowadays between these countries and Italy are a very strong relation in matter of style, in matter of lifestyle, in matter of also the experience they live in Italy and they want to transmit in their own houses, in their own cities, comparing to the attention and all the details that we need to we take care in Italy, and we need also to explain to all the customers from this region. Moreover, it's very interesting because this region is interesting in some kind of products that sometimes are very interesting stories to speak about. For example, in Italy we have an extraordinary makers of glass decoration with gold and incredible materials that sometimes they produce only glass. They don't produce the counter, for example, to serve the water, to serve the soft drinks for the people. Why? Because in tradition, all these people, they prefer, you know, to use incredible glasses. But from the other point, they prefer to not to use the counter to serve these drinks because they want to show where they are from, the original area where they are from, for example, the orange juice or all the other soft drinks. So they prefer to serve with a bottle of these drinks. And so there are a lot of topics that our companies discuss with the customer from this area, and this creates a very strong business relation in the past, in the present, and also for the future. For the edition in September, we strongly have a strong cooperation with Italian Trade Agency and with all our network of agents and representatives in the area that help us to preserve the organization of this delegation also in a situation like these weeks and months where we don't still have a very clear rules how people can travel, how you can apply for visa. So all the institutions are very helping to preserve and defend this important relation between the countries, these Middle East countries and Italy, of course. And we thank the institution for this.
What does HOMI represent in the Italian and international markets?
In September, we ran the edition of HOMI Outdoor Home and Dehors. is a very important edition. Again, focuses on the interior design regarding especially the classic decoration and manufacturers and the contemporary ones. And in plus, we have in September also the outdoor capsule, which is a key point of our exhibition, that is focused on the exterior area of the house. So all the decoration, all the furniture, all the things that help to create an amazing environment outside the home, like for example the terrace, like the balcony, like the garden, and fill this area exactly the same identity, give the same identity, the same way to select the goods, also for the interior and the exterior. I think this is an incredible trend everywhere, where you try to expand your interior design outside your home, and I think at the end you need to create a unique identity inside your home, outside your home. I think OMI Outdoor Home and Doors is the right place for the retailers that want to select products and give these services to their consumers, because we discuss a lot of topics also with architects, with interior designer, how this hybridization between outside and inside in the house is becoming a real incredible experience for the owner of the house, and especially for the host of the owner of the house. And I think especially for Middle East is a very amazing area where you can give your identity in a different way and create an amazing experience to all the customers.
For Homey Outdoor, there will be some delegations from Middle East countries. First of all, what countries are they, and which relations are there with these countries?
All the Middle East countries are very important markets for OMI, both OMI January and OMI Outdoor Home and Doors, because you know, the incredible selection the consumer does in these countries is always a very important premium for all the made in Italy manufacturers. I think all the buyers from, for example, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Emirates, Lebanon, Jordania, all these countries, Iran, all these countries, you know, the people want to own incredible products, want to own products with an history that has a real you know, competence in production, in use of special materials, in all these incredible you know, heritage that are the made in Italy first, but also all the made in from the traditional manufacturers countries in Europe and around Europe. I think the relation historically and also nowadays between these countries and Italy are a very strong relation in matter of style, in matter of lifestyle, in matter of also the experience they live in Italy and they want to transmit in their own houses, in their own cities, comparing to the attention and all the details that we need to we take care in Italy, and we need also to explain to all the customers from this region. Moreover, it's very interesting because this region is interesting in some kind of products that sometimes are very interesting stories to speak about. For example, in Italy we have an extraordinary makers of glass decoration with gold and incredible materials, that sometimes they produce only glass. They don't produce the counter, for example, to serve the water, to serve the soft drinks for the people. Why? Because in tradition, all these people, they prefer, to use incredible glasses. But from the other point, they prefer to not to use the counter to serve these drinks because they want to show where they are from, the original area where they are from, for example, the orange juice or all the other soft drinks. So they prefer to serve with a bottle of these drinks. And so there are a lot of topics that our companies discuss with the customer from this area, and this create a very strong business relation in the past, in the present, and also for the future. For the edition in September, we strongly have a strong cooperation with Italian Trade Agency and with all our network of agents and representatives in the area that help us to preserve the organization of this delegation also in a situation like these weeks and months where we don't still have a very clear rules how people can travel, how you can apply for visa. So all the institutions are very helping to preserve and defend this important relation between the countries, these Middle East countries and Italy, of course. And we thank the institution for this.
Currently, we are witnessing the consolidation of new models of fair and exhibition organizations closer to digital, or even examples of contamination between digital and physical participation. In this regard, what do you think about this and what will happen in September?
I think the digital orientation of the people is one of the key topics that will remain in the mind of the people after this pandemic situation. Because we see in the lockdown phase in particular, a lot of people moving very fast to the digital, also some kind of normal people that you never expected they could be very friendly with the digital world. So at the end, our point of view is that we are very aware that now digital is across everyone and is making some kind of services better for the people enjoying the activity and the services that before take you more time to move physically or to move, in other area and other part of the world, especially to do meetings, to share documents, to make a preparation of physical meetings. But from the other perspective, I think that we already have this kind of software revolution when we see the power of social network. I remind that when started Facebook was in Europe, the boom was 2007, 2008. Some people say yes, it's just a social network. It will never change the rules. But at the end, once you have an innovation, it goes very spread around all the people, and especially the new consumer, the new generation. I think this will create for sure a great impact on all the business. So the exhibition business just have to consider that this is the trend of the people, the normal people having, is to go digital for a lot of things, but not for everything, because still people, I think, love to go out of home, love to go to restaurant, love to go walking, love to go to make sports. I think soon they will be back and travel for leisure, for business. So I think the digital just make things better, easier, faster, and help you to save a lot of memories and probably put also in order your memories. So I think also the exhibition industry has to use digital to make better the experience of what they do. I don't think that it's easy to copy and paste the business model of what is physical to what is digital, especially because, again, you need to be back to the needs of the people. So I can easily understand the needs of a buyer coming to my show for 3 days because they want to select and put the mind of 2 3 days only to the purchasing phase of his job. But from the other hand, what I see is that we need absolutely to understand that probably this buyer, once is in his job, in his shop, and he needs to sell the goods he has bought. He needs to think about a lot of other things that is not only purchase, not only business with your suppliers, not only about what's new, but has to think about a lot of things in daily life. I don't know if the level of attention they can have in what they want to select and buy is the same that they have in 2 3 days, 4 days, 5 days of show. So I still think we need to see what is happening, and we need to use the digital to make what we do easier, faster, and better. But it's not a substitute. It's just an integration. So create an hybrid solution that can help people and satisfy needs of the people in particular. It's our first objective.
With regard to hybrid solutions, for example, are there ways for exhibitors to participate physically while giving their partners the opportunity to participate with them interactively yet remotely through the technologies that are available and then create effective B2B interactions?
Yes, I think this is a technology that is existing for quite a long number of years. For example, in Fiera Milano, we have My Matching, which is exactly the business matching system that help buyers to meet people during the show, and is also easy to extend the day after the show. So I think yes, the technology maybe can help on this. I think the best way is to put again in the mindset and aware the needs of the buyers more than the exhibitors, because yes, the exhibitors can have a lot of windows and showcase where they can present their products. They can have their website, the e-commerce link to their website. They can use existing web e-commerce like for example, Amazon. They can have a B2B Amazon WhatsApp business. They can have the exhibition can give them another platform to make this kind of presentation. But at the end, the idea and the question I ask is how many platforms you have digital and catalogs you have digital to see, and how many products you can buy in the world. I think the number is incredible if you go and look at the number of the digital catalog online. And so I think the best way you have again is to ask the buyer if a platform is enough. The B2B, if they want to get in touch with an exhibitor, it's difficult for them. Probably yes, if the exhibitor has no digital presence, but if they have digital presence, it's very easy through social website, social network website, or direct mobile systems. So I think again it's part of the tools that we need to develop to give a 365 days services to our exhibitors in matter of relations with the buyers. But I think if I can give a suggestion to the exhibitors, they should think to use this period between one edition of one show and the other to speak about their competence through the channel of the exhibition, more than think to make business relation digital, keeping the business relation digital of what you did physical. You need to prepare the show, the next edition of the show. You need to engage the buyer, and as I mentioned before, the key points is coming up is the storytelling. So if you are able to spend the storytelling before coming to the show and prepare the buyer about what you are going to present new during the show, is the best way you have to maximize the impact of the business relation you can create in the show. So yes, I think at the end the digital will help a better preparation of the show and a better follow-up of what will happen in the show. But I think is not, easy to think that exactly what happened during the show you can keep going in the weeks later in the same way. So yes, you can give a service, maybe I don't remind the name of the seller of this shop, of these exhibitors. Okay, I can go online in the exhibition, and I can easily get in touch with him and ask what I need. But again, I come back to the key points is the storytelling before the show and after the show still remain the competence that in our vision we want to develop on the digital part. The rest, the business relation, we still think are crucial to do it physical, also because the kind of products we treat are so detailed that you need to see in person, you need to taste in person, and you need to understand the difference comparing to the other similar products in person. Buy a picture or buy a video is not so easy.
What will be the news this year regarding Homey Outdoor?
I think, of course, the first news is that Homey Outdoor Home the Horse is going to run in September. That is one of the first exhibition running in Italy. So for us, this is a very important news to say to all the people looking at this video. The second one is that we have a terrific focus on the manufacturers in this edition. We really want to give a chance to all the made-in exhibitors to present all the new things they worked in the first half of the month. And we know that is a very crucial moment for a lot of retailers. September, looking at the important selling moment happened during the autumn and winter time for a lot of countries, especially for the Middle East countries and the European countries for different reasons. But we know that the end of the year is very important selling moment for both part for this part of the world, Middle East and Europe. So this is a very important focus of the show. Second, of course, is all of this full engagement in interior design and architects part, sharing experience, how to combine interior and exterior area, giving the same identity of in matter of furniture, in matter of decoration, in matter of houseware, in matter of everything in your house, give the symbol of your identity. And we think that the architect and the interior designer could have an incredible added value to attend this show in matter of awareness, learning, experience, and understand better the impact in these terms.
What business opportunities does Homey Outdoor offer? And then, is there a schedule of appointments already established?
Of course, we make the show because all the show is a business opportunity for all the exhibitors and visitors. And what we are doing in this moment is very focused on the engagement of the community on exhibitors and visitors side to create these opportunities to meeting, to matchmaking, and to create this business relation. What is happening is that we are now recording a very interesting opinion of a lot of buyers. They are looking forward to move outside their firm, their company, their retail, and come to Italy and make these meetings with exhibitors. And September is a fantastic season to make it happen. So we are just waiting to have the final rules and regulation to according to the flight and visa and rules about safety and security to move inside the country and go back in your country. So together with the institution, we are really working hard to guarantee this kind of attendance to the show. What is very important for us is that there is amazing interest from them, again, from Saudi, from Lebanon, from Emirates, from Oman, from Kuwait, from Iran, to come to our show and join our show. So it's just a matter to know the new rules and make it happen. And so, yes, in matter of principle, they are confirmed. But now we need to make it feasible following the important safety and security rules by the single government. We wait for the final rules and regulation, but we were part of the task force that created. So we are very aware what probably will be, the rules required. Is more a matter of the rules of the government for traveling, business traveling, and business hospitality that are, for example, for Europe is already clear and already shared. For the Middle East, some Middle East countries, this will happen, I think, in the first week of July. But we still wait, for all the countries, a very clear rules, also because, as you know, these rules can change very fast, week by week, depending from the trends of the pandemic in each country. So right now we are quite in a good position because we are already in contact with all our buyers, and we are really keen to have their interest to come. So now we just need to make it happen in a very operational, technical way according to this kind of rules. So it's not a matter of exhibition, it's more a matter of let people traveling and move from their country to other countries, especially to Italy.
Thank you all for watching our episode. Let's remind our viewers of the upcoming events in this episode. The first one, Homey Outdoor at Fiera Milano, from the 19th up to the 22nd of September 2020. And the second one, Homey Fashion Jewels at Fiera Milano, from the 19th up to the 22nd of September 2020. I personally thank Mr. Emanuele Guido for joining us today, and we are looking forward to the next episode of Business Appointment. Stay tuned.